I was sick all March, so I definitely need a pick-me-up. That's why I wanted to do something bright and fun for my April setup. Hey guys, DeeDee is here and welcome back to my channel. This month's theme is tropical hexagons. At least that's how it feels like for me. Very tropical and bright. For a long time I couldn't decide on my April's theme. That's why my plan with me is so late, sorry about that. But then I suddenly got the inspiration from my sewing challenge actually. This is the fabric pattern that I used for sewing my bag, and I really like the end result, both the bag and my April setup. This is my bag I sewed. I think it looks very cute, don't you think? But okay, let's talk about my setup. As per usual, my first spread is for my 101 things list and monthly calendar. And I really liked my March setup when I colored the background in a color and then did the sticker over it. So for April, I am using the same technique. Yellow background with green hexagons. The only problem was that, like before, I couldn't decide how to do the Dutch door on my right side. Like in my previous setups, that's the one thing I'm struggling with, to make it look great from both sides. Usually it looks good in my first spread, but on the other side not so good. Although in my March setup I have to say it looked nice from both sides, in my humble opinion. So for this setup I am leaving the page as it is for now. I will return back to this Dutch door later. I decided that I will do my tracker setup first and then decide how to approach this cutting. And I am very happy for this decision because the April setup took me 2 days to film, and in the evening at the first day I got the revelation on how to do the door. But let's not rush forward. Let's get back to my first spread. Unfortunately, my 101 things list is not completing as fast as I would like. In next months, I think I will need to work harder to complete things from the list if by the end of the year I want to mark everything as done. Not everything, but at least most of things. And with my calendar, I did make a mistake. I accidentally wrote 31 days. But as soon as I wrote it, I thought that there's something not right. So I checked with my yearly calendar. And I was right! So I quickly corrected my mistake. And at last my first spread is done. Yoo-hoo! Except of course the Dutch door. Let's move to my next spread, my trackers. For this month I will be using the same layout as it was in my March setup. On the left is going to be my 8 mini calendars, and on the right will be my cleaning tracker and bigger workout calendar. Once again, I cannot do the setup without mistakes. Mistakes is my friend, I think. This time it is the hexagon placement. I put them one square too much on the left. I think that's the price I pay for not planning ahead. But to my defense, since I was so late already with the planning when I got the inspiration for this month's theme, I just jumped to do it without any extensive planning. But luckily for me, I quickly thought how to save my mistake once more. I put the painter's tape on where I don't need that green sticker, and after I was done with sticking them down, I did carefully cut with the knife and removed the painter's tape, and with that the sticker I didn't need. Easy peasy. I didn't want to cut those little pieces beforehand. They were so small already. It would be so much harder to put them in correct place if I would cut them beforehand. And with this decoration done, I had to stop my setup. My daughter's nap was over, which, like I said before, was a blessing because it gave me a time to think about Dutch door. In the end, I decided to do the simplest thing, not to overcomplicate things. Because every time when I overthink, I mess things up. So for this spread, I just did the April letters and cut away the rest of the page. And I did rounded the corners, of course. Since for my trackers I need quite large space, I didn't have space to do full hexagon column. But still, I think that my solution looks good on both sides. Don't you think? And as for my trackers, for April I will be tracking the same 8 habits and things. They are no sugar, low carb day, sewing at least minimum 30 minutes per day, photo sorting, that's definitely I have to pick up again and start to do if I want to get some progress in photo department, drinking water, walking my dog, painkillers and date night. And on the right side I have my cleaning tracker and bigger workout calendar. This month I am adding for my workouts the gardening and running. I hope to get back into habit of going for a run at least 3 or 4 times per week. That would be ideal, but I will start with 1 run per week, hopefully in April. And I have to say, overall I was very good on completing my habits and cleaning the house at the beginning of March, but the sickness took over and I started to slip with my daily routines. That's why I am really happy that April starts with Monday. It is perfect to restart my daily routines and get back into shape. And now on to my third spread. As always, it is going to be my master to-do and sewing list. This time I decided to change the decorations for this spread. Instead of putting them on the top and bottom, I am making vertical decoration in the middle. I want to see which decoration style I like better. I think this type of decoration takes up more space. At least that is the feeling I got when I filled my sewing list with everything I need to sew. But as long as I have enough space to write everything, I'm okay with the smaller space. We'll see how I feel about this spread at the end of the month. And finally we have arrived to my last spread, my dailies. I decided to try the Dutch door method so I wouldn't have to do the decorations on every page. But I don't know how to feel about the Dutch door. I like the idea about it and how it looks like, but I hate the feeling on next pages when I need to write over places where underneath are the Dutch door cutaways. Am I the only one with these feelings? And regarding my actual dailies, I am still using and loving the rolling daily method. I like that I am not restricted with specific boxes, and usually on weekends I tend not to use my bullet journal for planning. I will mark my habits, but I don't plan actual days. I go with the flow. All depends on weather and mood. And this is it. My April is done. I have to say this setup is my favorite thus far. I like how bright it turned out. Bright and fun and really reminds me of something tropical. Don't you think? And now it is time to check in with my yearly collections. First is my long-term tasks. I have done all Burda cataloging kinda. Now I have left the sorting, but that's easy and I can do that in the pockets of time. Like sometimes I just do 5 minutes there and 5 minutes then, so that's easy. Since my sewing challenge is done finally, my big sewing challenge, now I will have time to actually do the photos, so definitely in April I will start to do that. In March I basically didn't do at all, which is sad, but it is what it is. Next, the cluttering. I have done the storage room, which is great. That was a huge work. It took me like 3 days actually to go through everything. And I have done bathroom. It was an accidental declutter, actually. It all started with regular weekly cleaning and ended up with decluttering everything. Depop sale is still coming. I haven't forgot about that. And my 101 things. Oh, I forgot to add check marks, so let's add. And we did celebrate my husband's birthday, which is great. We played new Heroes of Might and Magic board game. Finally, we did get that. It was through Kickstarter, and we are huge fans of Heroes games, so that was awesome. Now every weekend we spend playing the game, and actually it takes like 4 or 5 hours to play through one scenario. So that's only for weekends, definitely. So what next I have done? Nothing from Christmas and nothing from travel. Actually, like I said, whole March I was sick and still I am sick, so my whole schedule of everything I needed to do is basically I have done nothing. Next, for baking as well, because I was sick, I didn't do anything. I hope to do something in April. Sewing, I can make sewing challenge 1 as done. While I'm filming, I still haven't done, but I have left like three or 4 seams I need to do, and the challenge will be done. But by the time you are watching this plan with me, I have already finished the challenge, which is great. And let's put check marks here. What else? I still haven't done a random fun class, but I am going to do that in April. I don't know if it is fun class, but I'm going to listen a class about potty training, because it is time to start to potty train my daughter. She is, I think, ready for that. Next, this gardening stuff will come definitely in April and May. Hosting nothing, and from recreation as well nothing. Fun is still ongoing. Championships I will have in April championship, so that's fun. Can't wait. And from random as well, nothing. Okay, that's about it for now. Nothing that exciting, but I hope that in April I will do better. I love how my January looked. It was a nice setup for me. And I think the February is my least favorite setup of all, if I am totally honest with you. And this is my March, and I love it. Really like it. Oh, I haven't filled last few days. I will have to do that. And I really like how it turned out. And since I was sick, of course, I didn't use my planner that much. And that's it. Alright, it is time to do the final flip through for April. I love how it turned out, and I love that I chose to do this simple edge here and not to do any decorations. It looks very tropical, at least in my opinion, but I think it's going to be fun month for me, going back to my daily routines. And I have already filled my sewing list, because probably it's not going to change that much. And this is my dailies. I hope I will like the Dutch door style. If not, then I will return to my regular daily setup. We'll see. But for now, I think if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next Plan With Me videos. Bye!